So up until today, we've been getting AI animation that definitely looks something like AI animation. It was still good, and you can still make some pretty impressive projects with it, but you wouldn't necessarily substitute what you did in a film or in a project. You wouldn't necessarily maybe put that as the background and composite in a real world situation. If it was stylized, yeah, maybe. And like things like the Runway Film Festival, they made such incredible work, but it still looks like AI filmmaking. That is until today. OpenAI just released its latest project called Sora. Sora is one of the best video generation tools I think any of us have seen up until today. If what I say is usually true, this is the worst that it is ever going to be, then we're in for one hell of a year. If you are new to the channel, my name is Ben Silverman, and my focus is making AI more accessible for creatives, allowing them to focus on what they do best: create, giving them the tools and the knowledge to allow them to have superpowers. I've created a toolbox that acts as my second brain. I put everything I learn in there so you don't have to go down the rabbit holes that I go down, and you let me do that for you. Okay, so OpenAI just released a page on Sora, and it looks incredibly impressive. Okay, this is the site that they just launched. I'm gonna just run through it a little bit so you could just see what I'm talking about. Just initially, look at the background here. It's paper airplanes going through a forest or some sort of woods. Like, that looks pretty interesting. Okay, it says creating video from text. Sora is an AI model that can create realistic, imaginative scenes from text instructions. And it says all videos on this page were generated directly by Sora without modification. Yeah, so they're teaching AI to understand and simulate the physical world. Right here it says it, with a goal of training models that help people solve problems that require real-world interaction. And look at this, for instance. Another really interesting thing here to notice is that these videos that they created are 1 minute in length. We've been used to getting 4 seconds, being able to extend it to 8, and then kind of cutting the whole thing together. But look at this. This prompt that you're looking at right here says, a stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, and black boots, and carries a black purse. She wears sunglasses and red lipstick. She walks confidently and casually. The street is damp and reflective, creating a mirror effect on the colorful lights. Many pedestrians walk about. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Now, I'm going to show you a few of these pieces. This is a video, a close-up view of a glass sphere that has a Zen garden within it. There is a small dwarf in the sphere who is raking the Zen garden and creating patterns in the sand. I mean, that could have been filmed. Here, let's keep looking through these. Extreme close-up of a 24-year-old woman's eye blinking, standing in Marrakesh during magic hour. Cinematic film shot in 70mm. A cartoon kangaroo disco dances. The amount of time it would take to animate something like this is unreal. A beautiful homemade video showing the people of Lagos, Nigeria in the year 2056, shot with a mobile phone camera. Hands look good. There's no craziness going on. Wow, this is unbelievable. A petri dish with a bamboo forest growing. Within it has tiny red pandas running around. Just thinking about this for advertising, I mean, like commercials, localizations, all of these things that you could just immediately get. The camera rotates around a large stack of vintage televisions, all showing different programs. 1950s, sci-fi, horror movies, news, static. That's incredible. Okay, a 3D animation of a small, round, fluffy creature with big, expressive eyes explores a vibrant, enchanted forest. The creature, a whimsical blend of a rabbit and a squirrel. That is pretty cute. I mean, like, you could just imagine the more and more you play with stuff like this. Like, now look at this. Look how realistic this looks, right? This is a prompt. The camera follows behind a white vintage SUV with a black roof rack as it speeds up a steep dirt road surrounded by pine trees. I mean, that looks pretty incredible. tour of an art gallery with many beautiful works of art in different styles. Beautiful, snowy Tokyo City is bustling. The camera moves through the bustling city street, following several people enjoying the beautiful snowy weather, shopping at nearby stalls. Gorgeous sakura petals are flying through the wind along with snowflakes. I mean, come on. A stop-motion animation of a flower growing out of a windowsill of a suburban house. The story of a robot's life in cyberpunk setting. An extreme close-up of a gray-haired man with a beard in his 60s. He is deep in thought, pondering the history of the universe. Even just getting little pieces here and there. A beautiful silhouette animation shows a wolf howling at the moon. Man. New York City is submerged like Atlantis. Fish, whales, sea turtles, and sharks swim through it. I mean, for advertising, this is going to be incredible. For things like background images, for green screen, for like driving shots in cars, it's unbelievable. Let's look at the step printing scene of a person running, shot in 35. Prompt 5, gray wolves frolicking and chasing each other around. Gravel. Basketball through hoop, then explodes. Archaeologists discover a generic plastic chair in the desert, excavating and dusting it with great care. A grandmother with nearly combed gray hair stands behind a colorful birthday cake with numerous candles at a wood dining room table. I mean, this is crazy. It's crazy. It's nuts. They are claiming they are taking the important safety steps ahead of making Sora available, so trying to keep out misinformation, hateful content, and bias. Imagine if you have this type of video generation, powered by GPTs and assistants with their ecosystem, then bringing some of these videos and using them with the biggest compositing tools, projection mapping, animating on top of it, doing whatever you have to piece it together. You have all of a sudden opened up the floodgates to creative people. Add something like the Holotiles from Disney Imagineers and the Vision Pro from Apple. We're heading into a future that we only dreamed of in movies. It's about to become a reality. It's only February. This year is going to be insane.